Hey everybody, and welcome to You Are the Star, You Are the Sun, Part 3. A little quick recap, number 2. I got into giving up holy days, okay? And I understand the baby steps involved in that. I totally understand how difficult it can be for the left mind, the ego, to let go of ancient traditions and customs. And the only way you will achieve this is by entering the land of pineal, the pineal gland, the third eye, the single eye, the mind's eye. You have to go into meditation with the intent that you are going to balance your mind. Because whether you like it or not, most of us that claim to be awake are coming at it from a left brain point of view. And we're receiving all this knowledge. We're on the internet, we're reading, and we're watching lectures and listening to all these great teachers out there. But what do they say about knowledge in the wrong hands? It's dangerous. Why? Because it's coming from a left perspective, and we're receiving it from a left point of view. And we have all this information, we don't know what to do with it. We think we do. But let me tell you this. Marching, protesting, and occupying has nothing to do with the external world. It all has to do with the internal. Remember what Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within. Okay? And remember that your mind is inside your temple. This is your temple. This is what needs cleansing. When your hands are dirty, you wash them. When your face is dirty, you wash it. Well, what happens when the mind is unbalanced? It's dirty, and you have to learn how to cleanse it. And meditation is the only way. You protest the left brain. You march in to the land of pineal, and you occupy the whole mind. And that's what this is about. Occupying the mind, balancing that left and right brain. So, last episode, holidays, and that's going to take such strength on your part to give up that nonsense of tradition and custom, what you thought was yours, but it was given to you by the so-called rulers of this reality. Now, this is essentially about how to say no and become your own ruler. You are the light of the world. Now become it by letting go and saying no. Let's move on to marriage. This is basically what I want to get into in this video, in this part 3, is marriage. Now, marriage, this day and age, is all about the legal system. It all has to do with the legal system. Why? Because you have to get a license. You have to ask permission. The license is a permission slip. And it is a submittance, because you are giving up something in order to have a privilege to engage in something, which doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, why we still do this. It's my opinion that the whole legal system has to go. The whole legal system, it has to change, it has to be abolished, because we're becoming the self-responsible leaders of ourselves. That's what this is about. Balancing the left and right, and we don't need authority anymore. Once you reach this level of understanding, you don't need authority anymore. You know what's natural law. You know what's lawful, what cosmic law is, and what natural law is. Remember that first time when you met that significant other? That other you? And you would do anything for this person, and that person would do anything for you. There was no one else involved, well, friends and family, but there was no official, authoritative procedure. You just met, and your hearts were entwined, and you may still be in that relationship now. What possesses people to think that that relationship requires authority? Are you not an adult? Are you not responsible for your own life and love? Did someone make the decision for you and say, you're going to marry this person, you're going to be with this person? I've never had that experience where someone told me, there was no arrangement. It just happened. It was magical. So why does it need a license? Why do you need to go to a church or a court? Why? You have each other. That is all. That is what the relationship was based on. Was that love, that connection. And there is no need for authority beyond that. That love came under your authority, and the one that's involved in it, their authority. And that's what you need to get into your head and destroy the box. This is not thinking outside the box. This is no box. This is about you, the shining star that requires no man fiction law, no legal terms. It's natural law. It's cosmic law. And you can't put chains on natural law. Okay? So let's discuss this process. You go, you decide, okay, we've been together for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, and we want to make this official. So we go and we submit a contract, which is a permission slip to engage in something you've already, the act has been done. The act has been done. You already engaged. Okay? You see what I'm saying? When people say fiance and we've got an engagement ring and to make it official, no. You don't understand. The engagement already happened. When you recognize the connection with that significant other, that was the engagement. What you engage in man's fiction is symbolism. Okay? That's it. Why do you need symbolism when you have the real thing, the actual the nature of it all? The engagement happened. The connection was made. The rings of love were already placed. When you go into the legal system, those natural bindings of the heart are gone symbolically, and now you submit to chains. Okay? So what happens when you go and apply for a marriage license? Really, what is happening is that you're letting the government know that two names or corporations are merging. Just like in business, you hear a hostile merger or hostile takeover or a business merger. That's exactly how the legal system sees it. Is that there's been a merger of two corporations. That's it. It has nothing to do with what you think it does. And then, after that process, after you submitted a contract asking for permission, when again the engagement already happened, then you go, so you gave up one thing. Okay, you gave up one right just by applying for a license. You gave up the right to have a relationship, to have a beautiful natural law relationship, and you submitted that contract. There's one submission. Then the next one happens in church or court, and they're both the same thing. There's no mistaking it. All you have to do is look at the authoritative figure. Now, if you see my other videos on Star Wars, Darth Vader, the Darth Vader part, I touch on this, where priests and judges wear all black. That's because they're representing the same entity. Okay? They're playing the same game. It's the same tune. It's just a different name for it. This, we're going to call it court over here, and we're going to call it church over here, but it's the same song. It's the same song. So you go to the court, you go before the judge, and you've given up again. You've submitted again, because now you've put your rights in the hands of another man that you think has authority over you. As a witness or a judge, when the witness already happened between you and that individual, that significant other. You witnessed each other, and that's why you're together. And you two are the witnesses of that magical moment. Nobody else. It doesn't need to be official. It already is official. The moment you two decided that you were going to hold hands. So again, this court, priest or judge, makes no difference to me. It makes no difference. They're representing the same thing. Okay? The Inquisition is going on regardless of what you want to call it. It's still the Inquisition, no matter if it's in court or a church. And again, you've given up your unalienable rights as a living star to another man who doesn't care about you. They don't care. It's just another custom and tradition that's been forced upon us for, who knows, hundreds of years of passing it down and passing it down, and the programming of the parents, generation after generation after generation. And where has it gotten us? Where has it gotten us? The lawyers love it when people get married, because they're making huge money. Because if you look at the statistics, and I know I don't really like using statistics too, but just look around you, in your own family, in your own friendships, of how many divorces are happening because of these binding chains, these contracts, and the fact that people are getting together for the wrong reasons, because, again, we're coming at love from a left brain point of view or too far a right brain point of view. There's no balance. And that whole thing, I wasn't going to touch on the ring aspect of it all. But there you go. You put the ring on, and those are chains. Those are physical chains. What do you want to do with chains? Why? Are you not free? What do you need some form of bondage for? It's symbolism, and it's unnecessary. And it reminds me of Lord of the Rings. The dark ruler hands out and makes kings out of all the different species of life, to the dwarves, to the humans, right? To the elves. But guess what? He's got the one ring that binds them all, that locks them all up. Remember that. Think about that. Think about the symbolism there. Next time you think about getting married. Okay, please use the questions, the comment section, and we need to get things started. We need to get things rolling. Please comment and ask questions for the positive aspect of all of this. And remember, the only place you have to protest is the left brain. The only place you have to march to is the land of pineal, the pineal gland. And the only place you have to occupy is your mind. Thank you for coming by.